has not been easy. They have done their best, and we are here to testify that this is truly a miracle. Thank you so much.
Thank you all. Jeka, parent wa Garrisa University, watoto ambao walikufa. Kesi tumekuwa nayo for a long time, since 2017 until today. Ndio imechelewa, but tunashukuru kwa sababu ya judgment ambayo imefanyika. Reward ambayo si nzuri sana, lakini tunashukuru kwa hiyo kidogo. But sioni ni kwa nini government ilidelay kufanya hivyo until today. Ni kitu ambacho hata sisi kama wazazi tungelifikiria that haingekuja hata kortini. But kwa sababu ya utepetevu kwa njia moja ama nyingine imetufikisha hapa. Nashukuru kwa lawyers wetu ambao wamekuwa nasi kutushika mkono mpaka wakati huu. Na wote ambao wameshirikiana na sisi, the counselors ambao wamekuwa nasi kwa muda mrefu sana. Tunashukuru sana kwa hayo machache. Asante.
Afusa mkoa ya Bushuru. Mimi ni mzazi mmoja wao waliokuwa na watoto Garrisa University. Kwa siku ya leo ninashukuru wale wa kituo cha sheria ambao wamesimama na sisi watu tulioteseka kwa miaka nenda rudi. Tulikuwa tunashangaa, tumetembea njia hii, hata wengine tulikuwa hatujui Nairobi. Hii maneno imefanya tumejua Nairobi. Unatoka nyumbani hata ujui utaenda kuingia wapi, saa zingine fare inakusumbua. Lakini mawakili wetu wa kituo cha sheria narudia kusema kwamba asanteni, hata tunawaombea Mungu aongeze miaka. Kaminwa, Mungu akuongeze miaka na wenzako. Mmefanya kazi mzuri. Siku ya leo tunaenda nyumbani angalau moyo ukirudi kidogo, kwa sababu unapoangalia wazazi wote tuliathirika wanafanana, ni kama uniform. Yaani kwa hivyo serikali nayo ni kitu ambacho kilikuwa kimejulikana, na sijui ni kwa nini serikali ilikuwa inakaa ikichelewa hivyo, ni kama kitu chenye hakijulikani. Sisi tunaomba kwamba maneno yote ikitokezea, serikali iwe inasimama mara moja na kufanya, kwa sababu ni kitu ambacho walikuwa wamejua. Tumetembea njia mpaka tumeishiwa, yaani uchungu ikaongeza kwa ingine, lakini kwa siku ya leo nashukuru Mwenyezi Mungu. Labda tuende tupumzikeko tena, na tazidi kuombeana na tuombee serikali yetu. Maneno kama haya isije tena ikaendelea kuonekana au kupatikana katika nchi ya Kenya. Ni machungu makali sana ambao hatuwezi kusahau, lakini tunashukuru Mungu siku ya leo. Kaminwa, Mungu awabariki. Ni hayo tu.
Kituo cha sheria, we supported the families and we are happy with the outcome of the court case. We are more particularly happy that the court found that the state was culpable, and the court went further and found that there was sufficient information and intelligence of the imminent Garrisa attack. And it is on that basis that the court found that these victims of Garrisa University ought to be paid damages. We are pleased with the damages that the court has awarded. An example is Rachel, who has been awarded 10 million shillings. Indeed, an award of damages cannot bring back life, but we are happy that this is an acknowledgement that the state failed in stopping the Garrisa attack. Thank you very much. It was filed for the public interest. And one of the issues that we were raising was whether the deployment of the Kenya Defense Forces was proper at Garrisa University. And the finding by the court was that it was unlawful. And I think this has a bearing on the current protests that are taking place, that once the Kenya Defense Forces are deployed in an environment where there are civilians, then a report ought to be made to the National Assembly. So this is good jurisprudence that is coming from the court. It advances the rule of law, and constitutionalism, because that is provided in our constitution. So apart from this petition addressing the issue of compensation for victims of the Garrisa attack, it also has a bearing on the conduct of state agencies, the army, in future deployment. Thank you.
Swahili nasema kwa wazazi na marafiki yao ambao walipata huu msiba, pole. Kama mmoja wetu aliposema, pesa si kitu ambacho kinaweza kuchukua, kinaweza kuleta amani. Tumepoteza watoto wetu na tunasema vizuri kule ambako wamekwenda, Mungu awaangalie, na nyinyi ambao mmebaki, Mungu amwangalie. Money cannot be a solution to the problem we have. We have lost young ones, the best young ones among us, because of greed for money by certain individuals. This is a problem that Kenya is facing. We have individuals who are prepared to sell even their own people so that they can put money into their pockets. And we have the evidence that certain individuals received money in order to destroy Garrisa University. And that has led to our losses of our lives. Mine is to thank Kituo cha Sheria, which stands for the rule of law, which stands for respect for our constitution, which has brought me into this case. Without Kituo cha Sheria, I would not have been able to assist these individuals at all. I say to Kituo cha Sheria that to continue to do the good work you are doing for the country. You are trying to show the country that we must all the time uphold our constitution. We must all the time uphold the rule of law. Violence is very prevalent in our country, and we as citizens of the country, we must condemn violence in the strongest possible language. Violence is not an answer to our problems at all. If we have any problems, let us bring them to the court, let us bring them to the authorities, and the authorities will give us a solution to our problems. In this case, the authorities, namely the judges, have given us a solution. They have delivered a very, very able judgment, and we salute them in favor of the victims. I say again, thank you very much to the judges. The lawyer representing the state says that he has to take instructions. My own feeling is that it's possible they are going to appeal. And if they are going to appeal, they are likely to be given a stay. So it may take some time before they are given the money that has been awarded by the court. But if they do appeal, let me bring it clearly to them. If they do appeal, we shall put in something called cross appeal. Rachel, a young lady with a promising career, she has been destroyed completely. She can no longer have a family. She can no longer have proper sexual relationship because of the destruction. And although 10 million is something, 10 million is not an answer to the way she has been destroyed. We would have then to raise that issue in the Court of Appeal, that the amount of money that has been awarded to her is completely inadequate. It does not answer the way of life she will have now to lead in view of the injuries that she has sustained. Thank you.
Yes, let's have the quorum. If I remember, you.
I do appear for the fifth respondent. My colleague Mr. Weche is appearing.
I don't know how long it is. It may probably take more than an hour. I will check
Against the attackers until the Elite Lake Squad of the General Service Unit arrived late in the evening, leading to many casualties. The report further confirmed that in March 2015, intelligence warnings of an imminent attack on education institutions in Kenya had widely been disseminated, and most universities had gone on high alert. Annette Bogo stated that the police failed to discharge their duties diligently and professionally before, during, and after the attack, in accordance with their mandate under Article 244 of the Constitution of Kenya and Section 24 of the National Police Service Act. Additionally, that the deployment of army officers in the circumstances was in contravention of Article 241 of the Constitution, which requires that such deployment is to assist and cooperate with other authorities, followed by a report to the National Assembly, which was not done. She contended that the respondents violated Articles 26, 29, 241, and 244 of the Constitution, and Section 24 of the National Police Service Act. She urged that the respondents are hence liable for the material loss and damage suffered by the petitioners and the estates of their children. The petition is also supported by the affidavit of Stephen Mwangi, sworn on 14th of November 2019. He averred that he was then the Secretary General of the University Union and that he lost his sister Joyce Wakiru in the Garrisa terrorist attack. He stated that at the time of the attack, he was a second-year student pursuing a bachelor's degree in information sciences and was waiting to sit his exams. He averred that in December 2014 or thereabouts, they received threat-filled letters dropped along Garrisa Road adjacent to the university, warning all non-Muslim students to vacate the university or risk facing a similar fate as that of the Bas and Kwale terrorist attacks in Madeira in the year 2014. He averred that in March 2015, security personnel drawn from Garrisa police station held a meeting with student leaders, and students were assured of their security. Thereafter, alert notices warning of imminent terrorist attack to a university or institution of higher learning in Kenya were dispatched to all universities and prominently displayed in their notice boards. On the material day, he was able to escape the attack by hiding in a wardrobe. The escape of other students was, however, hampered by the manner in which the student hostels were constructed. He blamed the respondents for being complacent. In further support to the petition, the second petitioner, Agnes Wahithe Mwangi, duly authorized by her co-petitioners, swore an affidavit on 14th November 2019 and stated that she brought the petition on her own behalf and on behalf of parents of Garrisa University College students and the estates of the deceased students. From grenade wounds on his left thigh and back, as well as bullet wounds on his right thigh and right side of the neck, he was treated at Kenyatta National Hospital. His current condition reveals a fair healing status, albeit with enduring challenges, continues to experience pain in his lower ribs, particularly during exertion such as walking. His ability to stand or walk for prolonged periods is severely limited, and he faces difficulty in lifting heavy objects. Medical evaluation has determined a permanent incapacity of 15%, affecting his lower limbs, alongside the facial scarring at the sites of injuries. And these injuries have inflicted severe damage to his soft tissues, contributing to his ongoing physical limitations and discomfort. Lastly, James Muthengi sustained injuries and received treatment at Kenyatta. A bullet wound on his right leg, injury on his right axial tendon, a fracture on his right fibula and tibia, and a degrooving injury on his right ankle. His hearing is fair, but he complains of pain on his right leg during exertion. He cannot walk or stand for a long time. He sustained liver arm injury and soft tissue injuries. Permanent degree of incapacity is assessed at 5%. On the right lower limb, there is also a soft tissue deformity of his right leg. Disposition. From the foregoing, we are satisfied that the petitioners have proved violations of their constitutional rights by the respondents. We therefore make the following orders. A declaration be and is hereby issued that the state and the respondents have the responsibility to prevent and combat terrorism and to protect citizens from terrorist attacks, and that the state abdicated on this responsibility during the Garrisa University College attack. B, a declaration be and is hereby issued that the respondents failed or neglected to take adequate measures to prevent the attack, mitigate the effect of the attack, and or ease the escape and rescue operations, and as a result of their reckless and negligent acts, the petitioners' children lost their lives and their constitutional rights were violated. C, a declaration be and is hereby issued that the petitioner's right to legitimate expectation of police action that was preventive, responsive, expeditious, and efficient before and after the attack, as exposed in Article 244 of the Constitution of Kenya and Section 24 of the National Police Service Act, was violated. D, a declaration be and is hereby issued that the respondents compromised or violated the rights to life, security of person of the petitioners, and the legitimate expectation of the petitioners under Article 26 of the Constitution, Article 29 of the Constitution of Kenya, Article 4 and 6 of the African Charter on Human and People's Rights, and Article 3 of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. E, a declaration be and is hereby issued that the state contravened the provisions of Article 241(3) of the Constitution of Kenya in deploying military officers in response to the attack without full compliance with the law. F, an order be and is hereby issued for compensation as enshrined and provided for under Article 23(3)(e) of the Constitution, made up of global award of damages to the deceased persons and injured petitioners as follows. For each deceased person, general damages of 3 million. For Rachel Monjiro Gekonyo, damages 10 million. For Duncan Oboamu, damages allowed at 4 million. Addison Owala Ogoran, damages at 3 million. Alfred Kidu Mutua, damages at 1.5 million. Lispa Nyakara Nyangao, damages at 5 million. Mercy Chepkorio, damages at 2.5 million. Nerias Kipngeno, damages at 3 million. Stanley Mwangagi, damages at 1.2 million. Kasioka Mwambeko, damages at 1.2 million. Evelyn Chepkemoi, damages at 4 million. Leonard Magebe Muranga, damages at 5 million. Anastasia Mekwa, damages at Kenya shilling 6 million. Ben Mweti Kaberia, damages at 7 million. And James Muthengi, damages at 3.5 million. Interest in F above shall accrue at court rates from the date of this judgment. This being a matter of public interest, there shall be no orders as to costs. Brings the entire country together.
Which all of us are under duty, mandatory duty. Or you are a notary member of the Kenyan government. We're all much pleased what you have done. We never sacrifice the entire community.
Any comment from any council?
And like the Supreme Court noted in the case of Wamwere versus AG, there are victims even of Garrisa University who have hesitated to file their cases, actually waiting to see whether the court will do justice to the cases already filed. Remember in the Wamwere, the Supreme Court judges warned that the current judiciary should never backslide to the old judiciary where people hesitated to file cases fearing that they will not get justice. So this is a case which gives the citizens the way forward to pursue their pending suits. Thank you very much.
The court immensely for delivering a well-reasoned judgment and in a timely manner. In that regard, we continue to remain much obliged. Your Lordship, research branch would wish to have a copy of the judgments and type proceedings thereof. As we confer with our clients to the next way forward. To allow us time to confer with our clients as we discuss the way forward.
And I support the sentiments raised by Mr. Major. That's it.
What really is mistake in this matter? There's nothing mistake in this matter. If they want appeal to appeal,
Maybe it's about the payment of damages. I think there's an award of payment of damages, and maybe they want to organize themselves.
That will take time for even the court itself to organize itself and so on. They don't need a stay. By that time, they are going to go to appeal. Let them go to court of appeal for stay. Don't have to mechanisms for stay before.
Senior counsel, I need to put this in perspective. Of course, the stay is just an intervening measure as maybe he consults the clients because there is, for example, to be made. So that we can have a middle ground for 30 days. That's what I was looking at. We get a middle ground, we have a stay for 30 days. If there is need, Mr. Weche, for extension of the stay, then a formal application would surface. Yes, Mr. Mara.
Me that this financial year, they are paying judgments which were delivered in 2017 and 2018. So there is nothing for us to execute. Actually, getting say a copy of the decree itself with the court system will actually take those 45 days to get a copy of the decree. So don't worry. There's nothing, we are not executing, and we cannot even execute. You know, this money will be in the 2025-2026 budget. So I oppose.
You're not opposed to stay. Stay of execution is granted for 30 days. So we also take this opportunity to thank, we also thank everybody else, including the litigants, for making our work easy as we went through this. And we want to wish everyone a good afternoon.
Ni nini unaenda mbele? Unaenda mbele kwa nini? Hapo tu.
Okay. Kwa majina naitwa Rachel Gikonyo. Mimi ni mmoja wa wale waathiriwa wa Garrisa University yenye ili happen 2015 April, na leo ndio ilikuwa siku ya judgment. Tumeshukuru sana for the judgment, for it has been favorable to us. It was such an amazing execution, and we are so happy and grateful. This work, this is all this is all because of our lawyers at the Sheria, Kituo cha Sheria, which has taken the initiative to seek justice for us. And even though the process, the journey